What's up, everybody? I hope everyone in my American audience had a wonderful 4th of July, and welcome back to another breakdown of Marvel's Secret Invasion. This week, we saw Episode 3 marking the halfway point of the series and throwing a massive twist our way with some exciting promises. As always, this will be a full spoiler review, so if you've yet to see the episode and you don't want to be spoiled, make sure you subscribe to the channel or leave a like on the video so you can make your way back once you've watched the episode, and make sure you have a great day. If you fall into any other category, let's get into the breakdown. Like I always do, we're going to go over the opening sequence first, which saw the Skrull Rebellion preparing to start World War III. Gravik is sending 3 troops to infiltrate the Great Britain Navy, or the Royal Navy, and attack a UN plane, consequently starting World War III. While they're out on their mission though, Gravik is back in New Skrulls as he informs the Skrull Council that he intends to make Super Skrulls. I think this is what we've all been waiting for, and I couldn't help but have a huge smile on my face, even though Kingsley was absolutely menacing during the scene. You guys know I wasn't super happy with last week's opening sequence, but this one was much more enjoyable. It not only featured phenomenal performances, but cleared the path for the episode, which I should mention was brief but jam-packed. Now for a change this week, I'm not going to save Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury for last. We're going to get into him right now. After the credits, we go to New York in 1998 as we get more and more backstory with Fury and his wife, Priscilla. When we're back in the present, we presumably are picking up right where we left off with the two the morning after Fury returned home. She asks him what he plans to do in retirement after he tells her, and in prime Nick Fury fashion, he answers revenge. He wastes no time doing this as he returns to Talos and apologizes for the training stuff so he can get his help and stop the Skrulls. He's got a lead on a Skrull high up in the US government who actually isn't revealed in this episode, but one can assume it's either Rhodey or President Ritson. But as I said, it seems we'll find out next week because the pair have to stop a Skrull rebel attack on the UN, the one that would start World War III. They go to the house of the Commandant who's giving the orders, and when he pushes Talos' buttons, he gets a bullet to the chest. The pair stop the launch, but at a great sacrifice of their informant, which I'll dive into further towards the end of the video. But before that, I need to do my top 3 performances once again, and this week, for the first time I believe, we have recurring members. That would be Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. As I said last week, it felt as if he was really settling back into the role, and this week it continued. The connection between Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn continues to be a highlight of the show, and it was a major factor in this episode. Then there's a man with that great connection, Ben Mendelsohn, as Talos. Not only did him and Samuel have great scenes together this week, but he also had them with Emilia Clarke. I think Talos and Fury are going to return to their badass selves in the final fight, or sooner on this show, so with both of them getting better and better as we go on, I can't wait. Finally, a first-timer on the list, Kingsley Ben-Adir. He's been great the whole series, but always just missing out on my top 3, usually at number 4 if I'm being honest. But this week, he was that much more memorable that he jumped over some other people into the top 3 and was truly brilliant, not only with Emilia Clarke, who's also trending towards joining the list, but also Ben Mendelsohn, as they had a real intense sequence together early on. And so with that out of the way, let's get into the Skrulls, but really it's focusing on Gravik and Gaia. Their first scene together sees Gravik waking Gaia up, likely trying to catch her off guard, where he tells her he doesn't think they executed the traitor last episode because only him and her knew of the plans in that safe house. She holds him off, saying it must have been a good guess under pressure, and they depart from New Skrullos as Gravik is meeting with Talos today to discuss Gaia. This was a great scene I was just talking about in the last section, and it's also the scene from the trailer with all the Kingsley Ben-Adirs standing up. Gravik is taking shots at Talos throughout their meeting, telling him it should be obvious why the council prefers him as general and that Talos isn't the man or warrior he used to be. Talos takes all of that on the chin and doesn't react, but when Gaia is mentioned, he snaps, much like he did with the Skrull impersonating the Commandant later on in the episode, but can't kill Gravik because he's surrounded. He does, however, stab his hand before he leaves, and this is where it seems to be revealed that Gravik has made the upgrade and become a Super Skrull. Gravik nonchalantly slides his hand off the knife, where it seems like the extremis is kicked in and the upgrade was successful. The end of the episode featured multiple seeming betrayals and twists as Gaia was the informant getting Talos and Fury the information necessary to prevent World War III, and she is finally on the run from New Skrullos, but she barely makes it out the gate when she's stopped by Gravik. He said enough of her BS and feels confident that she's the traitor, which of course we know she is, so he shoots her. Now she does transform, but I'm not personally convinced she's dead, as I tweeted right after the episode I think someone fucked up with the marketing. Regardless of that though, we see Fury seemingly betrayed as well, as Priscilla has gone to a safe deposit box and gets a gun and she plans on meeting with Gravik. Obviously she could try and kill him, but much like Gaia the last few weeks, it's a mind twister deciding which side she's on. Which really is the best part of this show, and this was a great episode with tons of it. It was shorter, but like I said, didn't lack much at all because of that. The introduction of Super Skrulls is one of the more exciting things in the recent MCU, and the dialogue and character interactions continue to be phenomenal. But as I always say, I want to know what you guys thought about the episode, so let me know down in the comments below, and stay tuned for more videos covering this show later in the week as well as in the weeks to come. And make sure you have a great day.